The beauty of physical evidence is that it tells a story. We look at the firearm, we look at the blood, there were cartridges left behind, projectiles were found within the toilet. Physical evidence cannot lie.
This morning, Barry Roux concluded his evidence-in-chief with forensic geologist and former policeman Roger Dixon, who continued to discuss the trajectory of the shots. Dixon tried to disprove the evidence of the police ballistics expert, Captain Chris Mangena.
I would expect the deceased was standing close to the door and at an angle with the arm in front like this. The bullet would have gone underneath the arm, the wood splinter patterns against the arm here, a bullet going in at the hip. The person is at a slight angle to the door, they're not facing straight on.
In his cross-examination, Gerrie Nel questioned Roger Dixon's qualifications. How had he acquired his knowledge?
Are you a sound expert, sir? Have you received training in decibels and sound?
The test that I undertook, where I wielded the cricket bat, was purely to determine whether the sound made by the bat striking the door could in any way be confused with the sound made by a gun being fired.
Your analysis of visibility in the dark, did that require any expert skill?
My lady, the instruments I used there were my eyes. It's what is visible. I'm not measuring light levels.
Are you a blood spatter expert?
I have received no training in blood spatter analysis, my lady.
Have you drafted a report for your evidence? Or any part of your evidence?
I was not requested to draw up a 212 statement, which means if not contested, it would be accepted as fact. I was here to present evidence in person.
Because you just reminded me of bits of paper. You've got bits of paper in front of you that you, whilst you gave evidence, you looked at them. What is that?
As I stated when I start, I said I need things to remind me. What I have here are measurements. This is what I said about the bullets, which most of the data is extracted from Professor Simon and Captain Mangena's affidavits.
Can I just say that if you have a proper report before court, that note would not have been necessary. Your report would have included all those measurements.
A recording was played to show the similarity between the gunshots and the cricket bat.
I'm putting to you, and I don't want you to elaborate on the facts. The court doesn't know where this tests were done, when this tests were done, how the door was, who fired the shots, what equipment was used. The court doesn't know that. Don't reply to that. Do you think it's enough for you as an expert to say to the court, accept my evidence?
My lady, a straight yes is a difficult answer. In essence, yes. For the tests, I won't elaborate, my lady, as requested.
Roger Dixon's testimony needs to prove that the 4 shots were in rapid succession, which would prove that it was random rather than intentional. The state needs to prove the shooting was calculated, 1 shot, then 3 more.
Which of those missed?
They all hit the door, man.
No, they hit the door. Which missed the deceased?
None of the bullets, in my opinion and reconstruction of events, missed the deceased.
Which hit the door at E?
That would be the bullet that went most probably through C. However, C and D are close. It could be either.
Can you remember which of the bullet holes Mr. Wolmerans linked with E?
No.
Where will you find
I don't have a record.
You see, Mr. Dixon, you gave the evidence. You were strong about that. You see how irresponsible it is to make inferences in areas where you're not expert. It's irresponsible.
So Gerinel trying to discredit the defense witness, suggesting to the court that a forensic geologist should not be giving this expert evidence. Tomorrow will be the final court day until May the 5th.